Warm greetings from Geneva, Switzerland. This is Reda Sadki from the Geneva Learning Foundation. We're just 4.5 minutes away from starting the opening ceremony for Teach to Reach Connect 3. It's the third time we're coming together. We're counting down minutes and seconds until the opening ceremony. If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Twitter, that's great. But in order to join the main event, the networking, you will need to find your way to the Teach to Reach Hop-In platform. So Hop-In is the name. And hello back to Metendrick and Amel, who are already sending their greetings. We're just under 4 minutes from getting started. And if you are in Hop-In, in fact, you can already go to the stage and watch the countdown with us and already share comments and greetings before we get started. See you in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Greetings from Geneva, Switzerland. This is Reda Sadki from the Geneva Learning Foundation. I can see many people joining the live stream. Many of you seem to be on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. If that's the case, you can watch the opening ceremony for Teach to Reach Connect 3, which will be starting in, you can see, 2 minutes. But then you will need to move to the Teach to Reach Connect 3 platform, the Hop-In platform. Make sure you register and have an account there. It's very simple. I'll be showing you how to do it during this live stream. So you may want to stay until you've seen, if you're having difficulties accessing the platform, you may want to stay. I'm actually going to show you step by step how to do that in 1 minute and 45 seconds. See you soon. We're 45 seconds away from getting started, kicking off the opening ceremony for Teach to Reach Connect. See you in a few seconds. We're counting down. Countdown with us. The warm greetings to Francis Ibama, Ibrima Barrow, Rebecca Bayo, Flor, Metendrick, who've already said hello. We'll see you in 25 seconds now. Warm greetings from Geneva, Switzerland. I'm Reda Sadki from the Geneva Learning Foundation. And especially if this is your very first time joining a Teach to Reach Connect event, a triply warm greeting from not just from me, but also from the organizing committee of Teach to Reach, the Global Council of Learning Leaders for learning leadership in immunization, and the team leaders from 24 countries where scholar alumni of the Geneva Learning Foundation's programs have created and are meeting on a regular basis, created initiatives, activities, groups of alumni to make a difference for immunization. Now, today is a turning point for the Scholar platform. I'm going to tell you about that and introduce you to Teach to Reach Connect. What we're talking about really from this point on is answering this question: what is the future of immunization, and what is your role within that? The member states of the World Health Organization, so the world's countries, came together over a year ago and adopted what's called now Immunization Agenda 2030. And this is really the strategy for the entire decade. And this is what we're going to be focusing on today and every day as we develop activities really to support you and to help you support each other. Now, before I go any further, I want to greet the many folks who are joining. So first of all, let's see, Anish Shah, who says hello everyone. Anish, please let us know what city and country you are connecting from. The same for Francis Ibama, even if you've been with us many times before. Brima Barrow, we'd love to know what city in the Gambia or what region. Rebecca, it's good to hear you and to see your messages. You're connecting, you're watching this on LinkedIn. Floor from Haiti, I believe, Matendrick Adolphe. Matendrick, where are you connecting from? Would love to know that. And then, so that's on the social media, a few of the folks who are joining. We're now going to go check out what's happening in the Teach to Reach Connect platform. So let me see if I can move myself out of the chat here. And let's see. You can see here, this is the stage. So this is where you should be if you're going to participate in the networking. So wonderful to see you, Omolara Adeyemi. Welcome to you. Anita Bargavan, let us know if this is the very first time that you are connecting. Another great event. Anita, you are part of it and helping to make it great. Wanjiru and Jugi, Abdulaziz Adam, Mofe Isara Ombowale, Njigu and Jugi, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing your names. Please don't hold it against me. Nicholas Kusangele from Ghana. You can see many more. Okay, I think there are too many names. I want to offer a warm round of applause to those of you who are here for the first time. And now, in March, we held the first Teach to Reach Connect shortly after the annual conference, our annual conference Teach to Reach. There were 1,372 people who participated who registered in March. 2,604 in June. On the 25th of June, we held the second Teach to Reach Connect 2. 78 countries represented in June. And here are three of the comments about the significance of this event. This is new. This is different from webinars and online courses and pretty much everything else out there that you can do during the pandemic when you're sitting at home because of restrictions on freedom of movement. Networking is the first step to ensure that we're all on the same level with our peers to share knowledge, experience, and expertise effectively. This is where I turn to Charlotte Mbou from the Geneva Learning Foundation. Greetings to you, Charlotte. How are you doing?
Hello, Reda. Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. Thank you. And it's a pleasure for me to connect once again to this quarterly event, Teach to Reach Connect. And I know that it's going to be exciting as always, because each time the experience gets renewed as we get to discuss on new topics with immunization professionals from around the world, different countries, different system levels, and different faces each time. So it's I really know that it's going to be a great event today, especially considering what we are going to be focusing on as themes for today's networking event. Thank you, Reda. Over.
Wonderful. Thank you, Charlotte. And also, I want to acknowledge some of the leaders in the Teach to Reach community, in the COVID-19 Peer Hub, in the country groups created and really brought to life by alumni of the Geneva Learning Foundation's program. So that includes today in the Zoom studio with us, Anu Rotimi, Amel Altaher, Borema Kabore, Fernanda Monzon, Moji Fasiku, and Sohini Sanyal. I want to ask you to give them a round of applause. When we say when one person last in June said, I truly believe that networking is one of the key components of an effective Teach to Reach culture and can provide win-win big payoffs for all participants who embrace it effectively. You're going to enjoy today, if this is your first time, an especially warm welcome. Networking, one participant said, can help bring new ideas and business opportunities to the fore and help all of the participants to thrive in an ever-changing healthcare environment in which misinformation thrives against immunization. Now, that was back in June, but I'm very pleased to share with you that for this event, we've had over 4,300 people register, and that is absolutely amazing. I think it really shows now not everyone is going to make it today. It's split between francophones and anglophones, so I'm going to logically acknowledge a few more people. Francis Obama, Anish, who's from Nepal, Rosemary from Nigeria, let's see, Kaingi from Myanmar. You can see this is a truly global event. Don't worry if this is your first time. I'm going to really show you step by step how it works from getting a ticket to joining your first networking meeting. Now, Mercy Akua says she hopes she's going to enjoy the program. Well, Mercy, you are the program in this event, meaning that you are going to connect one-to-one with other immunization professionals from all over the world. Now, let's see. We have Dr. Syed Mohammed Hussein Kazizada from Afghanistan. Welcome to you, Dr. Christopher Abanga from Nigeria, Rohit Kumar from India, Rebecca Bello from Abuja, Nigeria, Hadizu Aliyu Mustafa from Kaduna State. And yes, Nigerians represent the largest group. We're proud to have such a strong and vibrant community of Nigerians in the platform, in our platform. Now, what is this platform? By joining this event, you've joined the largest community of immunization professionals in the world. Right now, the numbers change every day and keep growing, but we have 38,264 people who are connected to each other. So this is not about presenting global expertise to you in a webinar. This is about a two-way connection, and in fact, connections in all directions. You can see here social networking analysis of a part of the COVID-19 Peer Hub network that was so important last year. And our vision, this Connect event, is part of a continuum of learning opportunities, of ways in which we support and foster. We encourage you to recognize the value of what you know about your local context, and then to pull the global expertise that you need to make a difference. And you can see the little red triangles are all of the different interventions that we have. Now, we've had a big shift in the last few months, shifting from a focus on COVID-19, which remains very much present and at the heart of what so many immunization professionals are doing. And the shift is to think about the future. Even in the middle of a global crisis and a global pandemic, you'll see that the three themes we've selected, based on your inputs, based on what you told us after the June Teach to Reach Connect, the three themes have been selected carefully in response to what you are most interested in. And then I'll be turning to Anu, Amel, Borema, Fernanda, Moji, and Sohini, and others to share briefly what their initial thoughts are, what they're interested in discussing with their colleagues. So let's go then. We have, all right, more and more people joining. All right, I want to highlight, Amel says, a truly trusted platform in 11 years of experience. Thank you, Amel. Ashwani Kumar Mishra, we worked hard to earn that trust and we'll work hard to keep it. Emmanuel Temesgen, Bulu. All right, and let us know where you're from. Our dear Marta from Buea, Cameroon. Ashwani Kumar from India. Great to see people from all over the world. We realize for folks in the South, in Asia, it is quite late. So thank you especially for that, for being here. Now, we have three themes, as you know. So first of all, we have leadership for immunization agenda 2030. Someone is going to have to, the world's countries have agreed to set goals, agreed on a strategy, an approach to reach these goals. But where is the leadership going to come from? And increasingly, at all levels, there's a growing consensus that that leadership is going to come from the most local levels. So of course, everyone has a part to play, but the real difference is going to be made by people who work in health facilities, in the districts, in the regions. They may be called something different depending on where you are. So we thought it'd be interesting to challenge you to discuss with your peers around that. And again, this is a suggested set of questions. First of all, take time to meet and get to know the other person when you connect in a networking session. So you're not bound by this. In the feedback survey, we'll ask you questions about it, but these are some of the questions for the first one. So I'd now like to turn to Anu Rotimi, who, as a civil society leader in Nigeria, probably has given a lot of thought and even more practice to the question of leadership. Anu, a warm welcome to you. Can you tell me two things? One, what did you get from participating in Teach to Reach Connect in June or in previous editions? You are one of the organizers. And second, what are you going to talk about around this leadership for IA 2030?
Thank you so much, Rita. Greetings, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today and to share my thoughts. So I'm very delighted that I was part of Teach to Reach 1 and 2 and the other conversation. And one thing that have actually been striking for me is the wealth of diverse knowledge that is available among the immunization practitioners. It has actually been able to create new innovative ideas on how people are actually translating knowledge into action and informing the positive change we want to see in the immunization society and world. And so that is actually one thing that has really come out. And I formed a lot of partnership and working with a lot of people right now based on the Connect engagement. And today I look forward to seeing how we are able to activate new ideas, innovative thoughts in how we can see that by 2030 that we are able to achieve the immunization agenda using all our resources and using our voices and actions towards the good of ensuring that nobody is left behind in immunization. And I look forward to a great conversation with colleagues from all over the world. Thank you, and over, Reader.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anu. So that will be the first hour of Teach to Reach Connect. That's what you'll be discussing in networking session 2. And this is actually a question that Anu, I heard Anu raise in one of our meetings, in one of our discussions, and that is a question of COVID-19 vaccine equity. So it's access and more than access. And we have a set of questions around vaccine equity, and we're inviting you to discuss them, not because we pulled this out of a hat, but because in previous editions of Teach to Reach, you actually told us that this is a question that matters to you as an immunization professional. So I would love to hear actually from Fernanda Monzon, who is not in Africa, not in Asia, but in Latin America. She'll introduce herself. Fernanda, a warm welcome to you. Why does this question of, can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you've gained from previous editions from Teach to Reach and what you were interested in discussing with your colleagues around vaccine equity.
Good morning, and good morning to everybody. I'm very excited to be here in Teach to Reach Connect. I'm from Argentina, from a city called Corrientes in the Northeast. I've participated in everything of the Geneva Learning Foundation. I've learned a lot. I'm, as you were saying, Rita, on the other side of the world. So it's very interesting how we can see challenges that have been solved by people from around the world, from different points of view, with different contexts and different resources, and how that helps a lot. And vaccine equity, I think it's a cornerstone in our approach to the Immunization Agenda 2030. So I think it's going to be very interesting what we're going to learn from each other. And it's also a main point how leadership it's indispensable to face everything that we have coming up in the next few years. And trust me when I say this, these small events, small in timing, but huge in what we learn, are very, very incredibly important. And you get out of this today when it finishes, I think you have, the peace of mind to say, wow, we have a lot going in front of us and how we can face it with all the tools that we learn. So we have a very good day ahead. So glad to be here. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Fernanda Monzon, and networking. So that will be in the second hour to discuss vaccine equity. And again, these are suggestions. Ultimately, this is about you enjoying being human as immunization professionals, as people with a shared purpose of improving immunization outcomes in your country. Now, the question of innovation is actually quite a complex one. We've all seen the pictures, the impressive images of the technological innovation, drones delivering COVID-19 vaccines in remote areas. There's a lot going on around them, and many people who are advocating for the need for innovation in immunization, and that is part also of Immunization Agenda 2030. So we thought it'd be interesting to ask you, what does innovation mean to you as an immunization professional, wherever you work, at whatever level of the health system, in whatever country? Do you see yourself as an innovator? And so when you meet others, when you meet colleagues, you'll get to ask these questions and maybe other questions that come to mind. And then we'll be asking you for your feedback after the event. So there, I would like to turn to let's go to Borema Kabore. Borema, would love to hear from you, and I hope the connection is with you today, so we can hear you. And briefly tell us what you gained from Teach to Reach in the past, and what are you interested? What is one question that you're going to ask your colleagues about innovation in this third networking session?
Okay, thank you, Reda. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I think that. During the last session of Teach to Reach Connect, I learned many things about innovation. And what I have learned is that in several countries, there are many initiatives developed by immunization professionals to reach their goal. And this innovation goes to service delivery and call chain apps, and also there is another thing like electronic register, the rate used by some countries, and I know that in American continent they use these tools to reach children. But in Africa, in most of our countries, we don't use electronic register to reach these countries. And this is something I think that we have to get in order to follow our children, to have also a best data quality for decision making. And this is an important opportunity, because in some countries, some continents, there are innovative initiatives developed there, and we have to learn from these initiatives. Thank you, Reda. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, all three of you, members of the organizing committee for Teach to Reach, members of the Global Council for Learning Leaders, for immunization, so as well as team leaders for the country teams created by alumni of the Geneva Learning Foundation's programs. Glad to see many participants connecting from Afghanistan. Hello to Samuel Amiraj, and a round of applause once again for Danilo Kuna from Luanda, Angola, and those of you who are connecting for the first time. In fact, what I want to do now is actually show you step by step. Some of you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or LinkedIn. That's fine for the next 10 minutes. But if you want to participate in the networking, you absolutely need to connect to the Hopin platform. Check your emails. If you registered correctly, you've got all the instructions, but I'm now going to show you step by step. So how easy it is. All right. And this is what we call getting a ticket. And I think even that name has perhaps confused some people. Let me just move myself over here. And now you can see tickets are here. Tickets are free. That's the first thing, unless you are a global professional, in which we ask for a contribution. So how does it work? You don't want the Francais, because that will connect you with French speakers. If you are bilingual, choose the bilingual ticket. Be careful, that's the one that's selected by default. So what you probably want is the English country-based immunization ticket. So you scroll down and then you go to checkout. All right. So here we go. It says sign up to get started. Now, if you already have a Hopin account, don't create a new one. You should be able to just log in. In this case, Hopin recently increased the security requirements. You may get asked to modify your password to use a more secure password, which is always a good thing. But if not, then you scroll down and you can see here is how easy it is. All right. You just can see that if you have a Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, or Apple account, click on it. And that will drop you directly into the conference. You don't have to create a password. You don't have to do anything else. Let me show you how you can also sign up with email, and then you do have to create a password and so on. So what I suggest is just click on, most of you probably have Facebook accounts or a Google account if you use Gmail. So let's see what happens if I click on Facebook. All right. And boom, it may ask you your Facebook account. You have to connect to your Facebook account, but then that's it. You're in the conference, and you can see right now. So this is in French. Let me see if I can change that. If I go to languages, right, and I set it to English. Okay, and so now this is the stage. You can see the little red button here shows it's live. So that's where you should be watching the opening ceremony. There's some interesting things here. So you have the description, you have a short presentation, and as you scroll down, you have the schedule. So you can see the schedule here. It will be shown in your local time. And you can see here you've got 3 networking sessions. We've just reviewed what they're going to be about. And that's where you can see the schedule. But at the top of the hour, once you are in the platform, in Teach to Reach Connect 3, you need to click on networking. So that's this button here. I bet some of you are already in the networking. So all you need to do is click on join, and that will connect you with someone else in the conference. So I'm going to give this a try. Now, when you see this screen, don't just click on it. Pay attention, because this is where you authorize your this platform to access your audio and your video. So it's a very secure, very well-known, established, safe platform. But here you select your microphone. Make sure you select the correct microphone, because some of you have ended up not being able to speak. And then select your camera. So here, and then you apply. And now it is connecting me. This is what we're going to be doing for 3 hours. And you're connected randomly with someone. Okay, it's going to be Juliette and Kemdeme. Get ready, entering the conversation. And I'm excited. I'm going to meet Juliette, unless she has a connection problem. And this will happen, all right? And it is about persistence. Charlotte, how many times you told me you had to connect before you finally got someone online? All right, this time it's going to be Aisha.
Averagely about 3 to 4 times, Reda.
All right. And it is connecting here. And it depends on the quality of your connection and their connection. So even if you have everything right, you may still... All right, here is Aisha Doso. Aisha may be surprised to see that it's me. I hope this won't scare her, but we do this every time. I know many of you just jump right into the networking. Now you can see her connection may not be... maybe she may be having difficulty. So in that case, what you do is you turn off your webcam. You want to make sure that your microphone is on, and then you turn off the webcam. Now you have a networking chat over here. Okay. All right. And you could swap your WhatsApp contact number. This is a suggestion from Charlotte. If this is really not working, just swap your WhatsApp number or Telegram number, whatever works for you, and then you can have the conversation if you feel comfortable, of course, sharing that information. Now, Aisha wants to exchange contacts. So this is the first thing I want to emphasize. You can stay connected and swap contact details, but both parties need to agree that you want to do this. And you'll stay connected in the Hopin platform. In this case, I've accepted her invitation. She seems like a very nice person. And so let me just perhaps, yeah. So thank you, Aisha. I hope you're okay with being part of the demonstration so that newcomers who are for the first time in Teach to Reach Connect can actually do this. Now, you can see that there's a clock and it starts at 5 minutes and counts down. Now, if the discussion gets interesting and you want more than 5 minutes, at the 60 seconds, when 60 seconds are left, this extend button will light up and you will be able to extend by another 5 minutes and another 5 minutes. So in some cases, we've had people report that they've had like really long, interesting, fascinating conversations. Maybe you spoke about the selected themes for each networking sessions, but maybe you talked about things that were meaningful to you as immunization professionals. The only scope, of course, the only limitations are we ask you, of course, to be respectful, to immediately tell us if there's anything inappropriate in terms of behavior. It's never happened so far, but it can happen, so we're fully prepared for that. And second, to be respectful and to stay on the topic of immunization. So you can see here, in this case, unfortunately, Aisha I heard her audio, but the stream hasn't worked. But so I'm going to leave, but I have connected with her and maybe I can follow up on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever works for me. So once the call has ended, you go back, you're still in networking, you click on the big blue button again and boom, you're off to another conversation. So that's basically as simple as that. We have 4 minutes left and I would like to ask, let's see if we can go to another the leaders of the scholar community was Marta Ngoe. Marta Ngoe is very active online despite the many challenges that she faces every day in order to connect and access. Marta, are you able to speak to us? All right, otherwise I'm going to tell you what's next, because if you've stayed this long, okay. A very important question from Dushala Adhikari, who's not bilingual and not from English speaking. Your English seems to be okay, so of course you can join. Just make sure you get the English ticket. You have to speak either French or English. Those are the two languages for Teach to Reach Connect at this point. All right, Shika, of course, it's nice to see you again, another leader of our community. Bauchi State, Nigeria, Ibrahim Oladimeji, and all countries are represented. Uganda with Herbert. Mercy Akuaus is very interesting. Maureen says, finally joined, glad to have you. And then Juliet Abu connecting from Sunyani, Ghana. All right, so here's a big question that we're asking, and that we're asking you. We have this amazing group of people connected to each other. You're going to be discussing for the next 3 hours 3 key themes and probably many other things that are important, meaningful, significant to you, to your work. How can we work together to accelerate progress so we can better protect children, adults as well, from vaccine-preventable diseases? So here in a couple of minutes, but very soon in your inbox, you'll be receiving probably the most important invitation that we've ever sent out. And that it will be the invitation to join the movement for Immunization Agenda 2030. If that doesn't completely make sense yet, don't worry, we'll explain it. We'll have more live events. We'll be working with, calling for a new organizing committee from people who have experience with IA 2030. But by joining the movement, by becoming a member, you will gain access to the ideas engine that was built during the COVID-19 Peer Hub. More than 1,200 ideas and practices were shared, and we're going to share more. On a regular basis, Charlotte and Boo working with the team leaders and really in response to demand and requests from country teams, works to organize an inter-country exchange specifically on COVID-19 vaccine introduction. So it's really the peer learning between countries that is happening pretty much every month. Teach to Reach Connect, of course, we have our major annual conference, reschedule a little bit for the first week of March, and then really a major theme for 2021 was the introduction of COVID-19 vaccine. And this time for 2022, next year's theme will be Immunization Agenda 2030. Now, next is the Impact Accelerator Launchpad. So on the 8th of November, really a month before, everyone who's taken the IA 2030 course, as well as all other alumni, will be invited to join the Launchpad, where you'll take your action plans and support each other, set weekly goals, hold each other accountable for achieving them, and really be able to significantly accelerate progress to implementation on what your Ministry of Health is asking you to do, and to respond to the challenges that you see in your context. Next is the Knowledge Transformer. So the next one is going to happen in March 2022, if not before. And here, really, this is really about selecting from the topics that are important to you and figuring out how to analyze your situation, develop action planning, and work together again with support from global experts. And the question of why would you join such a movement for Immunization Agenda 2030? Why would you want to become a member? This is really all about sharing your experience and receiving the shared experience of others, being able to focus on questions that matter most to you, and having the significance of what you know recognized. Last but not least, whether or not you're a member, we've organized many events. Keep an eye on our Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube pages, and you'll see in the last year we've had over 200 live events. We have 1,000 more people watching, listening, contributing than a year ago. So I just want to say thank you on that. And we are now at time. So I want to leave you with this message, really, to go forth and network. And again, what it's about is right here. All right, and you'll be able to go to the networking tab. You can see the networking tab is lit up now. And click on join, and that's where it starts. That's all you have to do. You can see there's many more people introducing themselves, both online. So Loretta, Blessing, Abderrashid, Blessing, Drisa Traore, okay, Ara Na, Jemima Kwe, Irene and Zioki, Mohammed Abubakar Garber. So good to see both names we recognize, names we know and love, and new people who are joining Teach to Reach as our movement grows. And I want to thank those who were in the room with me today: Anu Rotimi, Amel Altaher, Urema Kabroe, Doreen Imanyara, Fernanda Manzon, Martin Goe, Mohammed Imran Qureshi, and Sohini Sanyal. And of course, Charlotte and Boo from the Geneva Learning Foundation. Warm wishes to all. I think we're now going to unmute the microphones in the room so you can hear some real humans making noise as well. All right.
Well, happy networking.
Now go to networking and click on join. And that's where your journey really starts. The three themes: COVID-19 vaccine, leadership for immunization agenda.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, everyone.
COVID-19 vaccine equity and innovation in immunization. Thank you, and enjoy.
Thank you.